I literally have not been up this early or, out this early, that is 5 a.m, since I was like a healthcare assistant doing 11.5-hour shifts. And that's exactly one thing I don't miss about being a healthcare assistant or doing 12.5-hour shifts, because I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know if you can hear me, but it's absolutely cold. I finally made it. I think there's like 10 minutes left. And it's absolutely freezing, and I forgot my hat and I forgot my gloves. So yeah, this is going to be a great trip. So that marks the end of day 2 of Dclinpsy training. It's been interesting, tiring, exhausting, so much information to process. I almost feel like it's been way more than 2 days. I feel like it's literally been like 2 weeks with the amount of information we've been given, the amount we've had to process. And yeah, one thing I'm glad about, and I think you'll all be glad about, is I no longer have to travel this week. My flat's not ready, still an asbestos issue, but I'm going to be staying in Travelodge for the rest of the week, and then possibly next week as well. It's going to be a lot easier getting up at a normal hour when the sun's up, it's light outside. But yeah, also I thought I'd show you my preparation for the next few days. So, oh yeah, that's me. Hello, back in my dungarees. Also, if I haven't posted my pre-Dclinpsy Scotland journey, or if I decide not to post it, that's where these dungarees are from. I wore them that whole holiday basically, but yeah, overdid it on the protein oats over there, and literally I'm staying for 4 days. That is my little thermos cooler bag stash. It actually feels like a fridge in there. It's like full of like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, tuna sandwich, sure it's got like an egg sandwich or something else in there. It's full of sandwiches, full of eggs, full of salad. It was also full of kebabs, but I ate them. That's tuna pasta in the little thermos thing. Oh, my matching set. I literally got this for the doctorate just because I thought I'd be a new person in Bath. Anyway, protein drinks, crisps. I don't eat skips, but I realised I haven't eaten them in a long time, so I got some of those. This, because it's like kind of, well, it's a biscuit, let's not get into that debate, but like chocolatey. I do have a chocolate bar in my bag. Oh, if you want to see the room, pretty basic Travelodge room. To be honest, from the places I've seen, there could be worse places. Views of Bath, they're okay. They're not the worst view I've seen, because I've seen some atrocious places. That building's quite cute. That's like what you expect of Bath. That, not so much. Ooh, look, we've got kind of a nice view. Oh, let me just flip it. There you go. Look, the view's better. Not like I can see that. But anyway. Oh wait, this window. Oh yeah, that's kind of a cute shop. But yeah. Anyway, bathroom is basic, so but I'll just show you guys anyway. As we're here. Steamy sign. Yeah. pretty basic Travelodge room. So guys, we have got to the end of day 4. It has been a whirlwind, and I forgot to vlog because I got caught up in the whole process pretty much. It is now day 4, and so I feel like so much has happened, and these last 4 days have felt a lot longer. Pretty much as soon as we got onto the course, lectures started and we pretty much got straight into it. I don't know what I was expecting, but I expected something a lot more gradual. But yeah. It has been, I think the more I'm doing it, the more I'm realising this was the course for me. I'll be pretty honest, it has been quite intense and there's been a lot to process. Whether all of that has actually registered is questionable, because I don't think it really has. It literally feels like every day is like getting a lot of information and then coming back the next day getting a lot of information, and I think I actually need to just sit down, go through what has been spoken about, and actually go through and properly process it. Like for example, today we were talking about research projects and like who we want as our supervisor. Like we don't have to choose who we wanted, but like just information to just start thinking about it. Yeah, it just feels like, here you go, this course has started. And yeah, which is pretty exciting, but almost like your brain, because there's so many transitions and so many changes, your brain almost like needs to process, which I don't think I've fully done yet. And if you can't tell from the curtains, I am still in Travelodge. I am leaving tomorrow to go back home, but I just thought I'd vlog. What I'm going to do today, actually, what we've been asked to do is find a picture that summarises our experience. So I am going to do that today, but I'm trying not to, when I come back, not to do any reading and not to do anything else, just because I feel like there's a lot to process anyway. But I feel like generally from speaking to the other trainees as well, is that how surreal the process is. I think it's like something you've been working towards. I know not in my case for a very long time, and I know I can't relate to people on that level but who have been applying for years, so I like give great respect and admiration for people who have gone through that. I just feel like I can't claim that struggle or that trauma, because I do think it is like that many rejections is like traumatic. So I don't think I can relate on that level, but speaking to other trainees, like how much they've persevered and how much almost it took for them to actually get onto the course, it's, to be honest, quite inspiring. Because I feel like you take it, like first time applying and getting in, I think you take it for granted how obviously the process is difficult and there's rejections and all of that kind of stuff, which is really hard for anyone to face. And I did get 3 rejections, but it's also like admiration, like after all of that you still persevered and pursued, despite everything, which I find quite inspiring. And like, but I feel like most of my mind is like kind of like, even though we're getting all this information, we're getting all of this stuff to process, in my mind I'm a bit like, yeah, I'm still processing just being here, like just the being in the room with all of these like 30 amazing people is just a lot to process. So it's, yeah. So the information is like the last thing on my mind. I was just like, let me just process just like the room and like the people and like the place that I'm in. and I think that's enough for now. And then just like process the information later. I know we do have a study day coming up, but yeah, it's been quite intense. So got the timetable. So basically what we've had is like a welcome thing. We went through ethics, professional codes of conduct. Then we did do, which I actually really like, this is something that I really love about the bath course, is that you can see their commitment to EDI, which is equality, diversity and inclusion. Because actually after the first day, after ethics, which is obviously the most important thing, the first lecture was EDI, which I actually found, and throughout everything they talk about EDI, and equality, diversity, and not just diversity in terms of race. I feel like all kinds of diversity they're talking about, which I really like. Then we went into talking about personal and professional skills and values, which was mainly in the context of like supervision and reflection. Then we, which was today's Thursday. So yesterday we spoke about involving people with personal experience and how you would involve them within like research. So throughout the research process, to really involve them and to really get their opinion heard. But I think what I also liked in that was that they didn't make a dividing line between people with personal experiences and clinicians. Like, not, people with personal experiences are the only ones with experience and professionals only have professional knowledge. Is actually, there was almost fluidity in that actually you're working as a team and everyone's experiences and everyone's opinions are equally as valuable, and no one almost trumps the other, if that makes sense. So if a clinician chooses to talk about theirs in that dynamic, they can. Or even intersectionality, if they want to bring anything in, they can. And I like that actually you're accepting all parts of the clinician and all parts of the other people you're working with, whether that's within a team or within a different context. So I really like that part. Then today we done some admin, HR stuff. Then we spoke about placements. I also got my placement. So we were just talking about that kind of stuff. So like preparing for placements, how that works, what we might need to do beforehand, what we might need to do when we're there, that kind of stuff. Then today we spoke about research portfolio and service related projects, like the fair that they're having. So gone straight into, actually we've got 3 research projects over the next 3 years, and actually already getting us to try and think about that. And then tomorrow we have like pastoral support, reflection on the first week of training, interview skills, like in terms of research, pastoral support and the training experience. So that's tomorrow. How that's like, I don't know. But yeah, to be honest, this week has been quite exhausting. So like, I've been trying to make the evenings as relaxing as possible, and I'm trying to be like get like a proper night's sleep. So I've been sleeping at like 8:40ish. Yesterday I think I actually, like, because it's been quite hard because you're doing so much during the day and your brain's like really going. I've been trying to get like quite a good night's sleep, so I've been sleeping at like 8:40, especially because the first few days weren't great, to be honest, because I felt sick most of the time and felt just like full, like uncomfortably full, even though I didn't eat anything. But today and yesterday that's been a lot better, so I guess I'm making up for it. But yeah, I think it was just like the transitions and the moves and all of that kind of stuff, which is a lot for anyone to process, because you're moving, you're starting a new course, you've left your family and friends behind, not behind, but like, you know, you've moved away from them. So I feel like that's probably it. But Yeah, I look forward to like tomorrow or whatever. I'll probably vlog maybe on the way home if no one's at the train station.